pawn? Okay, here we go.
Pawn. Pawn. Let's go with knight. Pawn. Let's go with let's go for it. Pawn.
Oh, I gotta confuse me. Yeah. Oh God, what are you making me do right now?
It's in the spirit. It's in the spirit of your previous attempt at glory.
Oh boy, what are you walking me into here? Look at it, he's already psyched out.
Let's go with bishop.
Play into my strengths. I appreciate that. I guess maybe you can customize it, I would assume.
Go with knight. Let's go with king. Let's go rook. This is still best of 2, right? You said?
Yeah, it's 2 games.
Okay. Knight. Bishop. Bishop. Let's go with pawn. Let's go with queen. Let's go with queen. Let's go with pawn.
Pawn, he says.
Bishop.
Yes, Hikaru. Yes.
Bishop. Let's go with rook. Knight.
Knight. Why do you do this to me? Okay.
Rook. Queen. Queen. Rook. Pawn. Let's go with rook. Queen. Let's go with rook. 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 I wanted you to go rook g2. Anyway, all right, let's go. Okay. Knight. Let's go with pawn. Let's go with pawn. Let's go with bishop. Let's go with king. Let's go with knight. Go with rook. Let's go with pawn. Pawn.
Okay.
Let's go with pawn. Pawn. Let's go with pawn. Let's go with pawn. Queen, sorry, queen. Queen.
I don't know if you wanted me to, obviously you can't say, but I don't know if you wanted me to move that pawn on h6 and have like a weirdo pawn.
Pawn. Pawn.
What in tarnation? I'm legit so confused by this pawn. Oh, do you mean, okay.
Let's go bishop. Queen. Knight. Knight.
Up.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Hikaru.
It's not over yet, though.
You didn't realize it, but you were playing into my plan the whole time. Kind of. No. Not at all.
It's not over yet, though.
Yes. All right, guys. This is the third time I've been in a finals match in these chess tournaments. The third time. Well, no matter what happens, it's been a really fun time playing with you, and it's been an honor. So I appreciate your help today.
Oh, no problem. It's been great. I've enjoyed it, and your general understanding is pretty good. I think like you could probably get your rating up to like 1700 if you just worked a little bit on your openings, and I think black specifically. Okay, let's go with pawn. Go with knight. Let's go with bishop. Let's go with knight. Pawn. Bishop. Go with bishop. Knight. Pawn.
Pawn. Man, I'm not built for these positions, Hikaru. Here I go.
Let's go with bishop. Pawn. Queen. Bishop. Queen.
That's a clever move. The more I look at it.
Okay. Bishop. It's just funny because I said that, and then like 2 minutes later, like that's a clever move. All right. Let's go with queen.
Oh, it's getting complicated. All right. Can't tell if you're happy or upset when I'm looking at you.
I'm just being me, no emotions.
Okay.
Just the same as always.
He looks pretty animated to me.
Knight. Knight.
See, now they got that advantage now. They got the knight and the bishop.
All right. King. Let's go with rook. Let's go with pawn. Pawn. Let's 1 second, let me think. Go with pawn. Rook. 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 Let's go with rook. Go pawn. Let's go knight. Let's go with knight. Let's go with knight. Rook. Rook.
Okay, what if I... one of these.
Rook. 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 Pawn. Knight. Rook. 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 Knight. Pawn. Let's go with knight. Knight. You realize it's a guaranteed fork, right? After knight e3? No matter where they go, there's a check on f3 or e2. No matter where the rook goes, there's a guaranteed fork. Or actually, maybe there's rook b1. But anyway, whatever. Who cares? It's a win.
I trusted you. I trusted you.
All right. Yeah. No, that was a great game.
Rematch. Hop back into it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Pawn. Pawn. Knight. Let's go with knight. Let's go with bishop. Pawn. Let's Go with bishop. King. Let's go with bishop. Pawn. Let's go with pawn.
Actually, maybe I should have locked it up.
Let's go with queen. Let's go pawn.
Pawn. Okay.
Pawn. Let's go rook. Queen. Queen. Let's go with rook. Let's go with rook. Rook.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure if you heard me or
I was thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Pawn. Knight.
You're muted. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, sorry. Go with knight. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, knight. Sorry.
That's okay.
Queen. Go pawn. Queen. Queen.
Bishop is annoying as heck.
Knight.
You're a filthy man, Hikaru.
Queen. Queen. Let's go with pawn. Let's go with pawn. Let's go with pawn. Let's go with queen. Let's go queen. Pawn. Rook. Rook. Let's go with rook. Queen. Queen. Pawn. 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 Queen. Let's go queen. Let's go with rook.
I don't know what happened there.
Let's go pawn. King. Queen. Queen.
Can we just play for a draw here?
Queen. Queen.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah. Queen. 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 King. 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 Queen. 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 Pawn. Queen. Pawn. Pawn. Pawn.
I'm sorry.
Pawn. Queen. I don't know what I was supposed to say. Whatever. Anyway.
Holy shit, we did it!
Oh my god, you gave me so many heart attacks in that game.
Hikaru. Holy crap, we did it.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so many heart attacks in that game for me. Like,
Yes, I actually had a lot of fun that time. Oh man.
now you're not sure.
And Hikaru has not lost to Twitch Rivals. I think this is Hutch's first victory on Twitch Rivals. We're excited that they made it this far, though. Go give these people some love in their chats. We're live on Twitch right now. Hikaru and Hutch making the full run here today, Amon. It was beautiful moments. Let's actually go take the time to talk to Hikaru and Hutch, the victors here today, get their thoughts on the entire tournament overall. Gentlemen, congratulations again on the victory. Hutch, what was the most challenging part of the day for you?
When he would, it got really confusing when he would just say knight or bishop or pawn, and there'd be two knights and several pawns. And sometimes I think I made 3 errors before I finally found the right move. If I did, that was definitely the hardest part. But he did a really good job of limiting those kinds of calls to me. He made it. I can't even say enough about the way that he coached me through this thing, helping me to find sort of the more simple, more obvious moves. That helped a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Hikaru, we talked about this kind of on the desk here a little bit during games. Was there an intentional play to like sacrifice one of the pawns or one of the bishops or one of the knights in a situation to make those calls easier?
I wouldn't say it was necessarily planned. I will say that it felt like in the first 4 games, it was almost too easy, where Hutch was in a situation where there really was like one move, or I mean, at most 2 moves that he could consider even. But generally speaking, I tried to come up with positions where the moves were relatively obvious for Hutch, where he had like a couple of options, and none of them lost the game. I think that was really critical. Now in the final 2 games, it was a lot trickier, especially the first one, where it felt like I sort of had to tell Hutch to say piece and make a move, and he could have blundered, but he really kept it together well, and he avoided any major mistakes. So. He deserves a lot of the credit because he found some amazing moves and some very critical moments, especially that first game against Nemsko and against Mr. Lama.
You know, Hikaru, you said it before the event started that you felt like your job as the brain, right, for a grandmaster leading the way, you can't just say the best move because you know the move. You have to think about, the right critical thinking process, how to help guide the position. And it felt like as it went on, you and Hutch were just getting more and more in sync. You even said in the one game that he kind of learned from your cues in the Sardoche game, where Hutch repeated moves versus the second time he had a chance with the Knights, he improved on it and kind of took your cue. Do you felt like as you play with someone and you guys just start thinking more alike, that process gets better as you guys work together even more?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also really important that I'd seen Hutch play before, and I was sort of able to peg the way that his style is. He's a very positional player. He'll spot tactics, but his style is very positional. I think having good insight and understanding that really helped a lot. Because even though I didn't really know his openings, I knew the general direction, and And so I think just being able to understand that and the way that he plays, that really made a big difference. That was probably, I think, the single most important factor, besides just trying to leave him in situations where there were one or two options.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And Hutch, I wanted to ask you. We saw on the webcam there, just towards the end, when you had won overall, you got a nice little hug there. And I just wanted to ask you what it means overall to win this entire thing and be on a team with Hikaru.
So this is the third finals I think I've been in for these chess tournaments. There was one for Twitch Rivals and one for PogChamps, and I lost the first two. So to win this one means a lot to me, because like I feel like I choked on the main stage a couple times, even though there were like good games, like the championship series that I did before. So to finally win, that feels really good. And obviously, I mean, I've known about Hikaru for years. He's a legend, and so when I found out that he picked me, that was very flattering. And then I feel like I learned so much about openings that I've been playing wrong for like 2 decades now in the postmortem. So I mean, yeah, today was it's a good day. It's a really good day.
Awesome.
Love to hear it there. Guys, chat gets to ask some questions. We'll relay these here. Sin Steel asks, Hikaru, would you rather be the hand or the brain given the choice?
I think it depends on the combination, but I really like being the brain in general, because I think seeing the thought process, trying to help players like Hutch or Voyboy, for example, trying to get them through the process of thinking in the right way really does mean a lot. So I would say overall, I'd rather be the brain than the hand.
Okay, cool. And one last question for both of you. Kane Merck asks, how will you beat XQC when he joins the next tourney as both the hand and the brain?
That's an unstoppable combination, so I don't know how to answer that question.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Congratulations again, gentlemen, on the win.
Thank you guys for inviting us. Appreciate it.